What's up, guys? Nick with Mystic Manifesting, and today's video is going to be a little bit out there, but not too far out there. It's Friday. First of all, this is going to be released on Friday, and I just did the video on losing anxiety and having faith things are going to work out. Well, just more about losing anxiety. This video is more about having faith in the end picture, and it's a little bit out there. It's not fully manifesting, but it's something that inspired me, and I thought maybe a good message to share with you guys. If you know and you've been following the channel for a while, you know I act and I do comedy and bodybuilding and all this other stuff on the side. Those are my passions. This was a channel I never saw coming, and I didn't expect it to take off kind of to where it is right now. But a personal hero of mine that I have, and the person who inspired me to become an actor, is Fraser. When I saw the movie The Mummy, it relates with my grandma, who me and her bonded over that movie for my whole life. And if you know the story too of the channel, I lost her over this past summer. And I thought, as someone who was always positive, I could give back and do something positive for the world like she was always positive for me. So I make this channel. And if you know the story of Fraser, in the 90s and early 2000s, he was a big movie star, one of the best in the industry, and he's always seemed like a nice, wholesome guy. And so often we see this stuff about Hollywood where it's like, oh, nice, wholesome people like Tom Hanks, but they're really dickheads behind the scenes and everything. But Fraser's someone who you get that vibe. He's just really a good guy. And then you start hearing the stories and seeing things. In this past year, they call it past couple of years, they call it the Renaissance. So it's his comeback. Brendan fell off and had a whole load of problems come into his life. From someone who's on top of the world and a very loving, positive person, gets knocked down. And maybe it was in terms of manifesting, maybe he had some subconscious beliefs come out, or being exposed to things, or sometimes, like I said in the last video, a little bit of destiny and use of motivation. Like I've had bad experiences in my life, and it's a stupid affirmation I have, but I do ask for issues to pop up so I can learn how to solve them and teach how to avoid them in manifestation. And I think I kind of referenced that before on this channel, but it is something that, I've wished for on myself very stupidly, but a strong battle and mentally callousing yourself and training for something that might show up later on down the road and helping other people could be beneficial. So that's kind of something I have. But I don't know the reason he went through everything he went through. But he got blacklisted by Hollywood. He lost his wife, not that she left him, and he had to pay all this ridiculous alimony. I remember seeing it. He just disappeared. He gained a bunch of weight, started losing his hair, and he completely fell apart. He needed a bunch of surgeries. His body broke down. He couldn't do movies anymore, even if he wanted to, because all the injuries. And it was really sad to see my hero, who inspired me to want to become an actor, fall apart like that. And at that same time, I was seeing that and reflecting on it. I was a struggling actor myself. I had quit my job. I went on faith, and I was just learning about manifesting then, but it was more law of attraction-y. And it was like, okay, I'm positive. Why isn't anything coming? But I was in desperation all the time. And since I've been really over the past 4 years doing law of assumption and understanding it, I haven't really put myself back in the acting realm, which is something I want to do as well as this channel, so I could attract in those opportunities. But the whole point of this thing with Fraser was I watched him win an award. He won an award for the movie The Whale, which I saw great acting in it, great movie, and was an inspiration to me. And the point of the movie was never give up. Like, he's going through a lot of shit in his life in the movie, and it's almost a reflection of his real life and almost a reflection of all of us. We all go through hard times, and it's that not giving up that pushes us through. And I know it's coming off more of like a motivational video, but all this stuff, like during his speech, he talked about he was in an ocean, like as the characters, the whale and stuff. He was in an ocean. And I can't remember, I'm paraphrasing. I should have rewatched the video before this. But he's really, he talks about when we're struggling, and if you just have hope and you keep floating on it and you don't change who you are and you keep believing that something good's going to come, something good will. So you could see, and like, if you really listen to the speech, maybe I'll find it and link it or something, because I feel kind of like a dickhead for starting this without redoing it. I watched it earlier this week, and it really impacted me, and I thought maybe sharing about it could impact you guys. But he just never gave up. He kept pushing, and it sounds like he was manifesting. He go like, somebody told him, they're like, "Where have you been?" He goes, "I was never that far. I was right here." And so in his mind, even though he was blacklisted from Hollywood, he saw himself as still right there, right in the action still, and not too far to reach. And when the Hollywood reached out to him, he was ready. He did all his work, and he crushed it. He became, well, he was already a great actor, but he got a really great comeback. And seeing that, it motivated me from an acting standpoint, from a manifesting standpoint, from just a personal standpoint. And what I admired most about him is no matter what he went through, he never lost himself. He stayed genuine, loving, caring, optimistic about his fans. There's a thing where someone gives him stickers from the movie The Mummy, like bumper stickers, and he was so excited about it. Like, it's genuine. It's not like this fake Hollywood bullshit. He's genuine about it. And then there's a camera on him, but they're filming everything, and he notices the camera. He pulls out the thing. He's like smiling. And when he lost best, well, I don't know what it was, but he lost some award to the kid who played Elvis. And all the other actors you see, it's like, nah, man, like they wanted to win. He's clapping his heart. I don't want to clap because I'm here, but he's clapping as hard as he can. He's excited. He's like this. He's like, and he like looks like he's gonna cry out of excitement for the guy who won. And that's showing gratitude. It's like when people win the lottery, that's one of the things I heard about winning the lottery. People who manifested winning the lottery, they said they were thankful every time they heard somebody else won, because like, again, we're all connected. He was happy for that guy. He never lost who he was, despite all the negative stuff. And I can tell you from going through an SP journey, it's like, oh, I got burned, so you know what, from now on, no one's ever gonna hurt me again. I'm just gonna be a player, and I'm gonna do whatever. Like, that's the first thought that pops in your head. I think that's why a lot of dudes do become players, or why girls become hoes. And I'm sorry if there's a double standard, but it's like people will start sleeping with a bunch of other people because they're like, well, fuck it, I'm never going to get hurt. And it's both sides then. No one wants to get hurt again. So it's like just friends with benefits, no relationship. Or I'm just going to keep playing people because, fuck it, if the world's going to do it to me, I'm going to do it to the world first. And we lose ourselves because of one bad thing. And if our own thoughts and assumptions created it, even though we were a good, wholesome person and something in us created it, or some kind of circumstance came up and we didn't choose to overcome that or change ourselves for the better, we changed ourselves for the worst. Yeah, we might be able to navigate it, but we lost ourselves. And this was the thing I struggled with. It's like, I wasn't sure about taking SP back, but I'm like, the good, loving, wholesome version of me still sees the good in her. And if I only see the negative in her and I only want to be vindictive just to get back with her, to hurt her, or to get with a bunch of girls just to play them all, that's not who I was when I started this journey. That's not who I was when I met her and before I got burned. I'm changing who I am because of a survival thing. But Brendan proves to us that you can still be yourself and get burned and keep pushing forward and still be respected. You're not getting walked all over. Like, I mean, so many bad things happened to the man and he didn't lose who he was. He's still so happy and genuine and real. Just like, I don't know, hold on one second. The camera was like slowing down because I got a text message. But he's so honest, real, and genuine. And he didn't lose himself. And that's what I admire most. And I like to pride myself in that I didn't lose myself. I've changed, but I would like to think I changed for the better. Maybe some parts are a little bit more conceited and not conceited, but like conservative and held back. I'm not going to show emotion as easy. It's going to take a little more for me to open up. And that's almost in a way, it's a scar from what happened, but scars heal. Sometimes to the point I've got some on my arms where you don't even see them anymore. There's always hope and there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and you can keep floating towards that positive hope. Just like Brendan said, and it carried him through, and now his career is soaring. He's got so many things going for him. More movie opportunities I already see are coming his way. He's won all these awards. People are talking about him again. And he doesn't even do all this for that. He just loves acting and he loves people. And I think that's something we can all take from. To keep loving each other, to keep being our honest, authentic selves, no matter what the world says about us, no matter what is expected of us by society. Just do what you love. Love yourself, love others, forgive. And obviously don't forgive to the point where you're going to get yourself hurt. Still have a little bit of a guard up. And like, I'm not saying just be outright, just, oh, here, yeah, I'll believe whatever, and get lured into a van or something like that. Like, I'm just saying, if you want to forgive your SP, forgive them. And in the last video, I talked about life being short. We don't know how long we're here. If you watch the news, stay away from the news, but if you see it, it's all this catastrophic stuff that they're saying. And I choose not to believe it. I choose not to focus on it. But in the worst case, if something does happen, or the world ends tomorrow, or I don't wake up tomorrow, or someone I care about doesn't wake up tomorrow, I want to say I left everything on the line. I showed my love as much as I could to that person, to all these other people, and left nothing on the table. That's why I go to sleep really tired every night, because I try to do as much as I can on the day. Even right now, I'm trying to record these videos and still have time to get to the gym and then go to work and work on getting the merch to sell on this channel and the merch from my other channels, and mapping out what I'm going to do. I make the most out of every day. I want you guys to be able to make the most out of every day too. I know this has turned into kind of a motivational video, and if you're stuck with it, I love you guys and thank you for the support. Because sometimes it's not just about manifesting, it's about mindset and not losing ourselves and finding the bridge of like not overthinking this stuff, but also thinking in depth a little bit more to other things. And if this video has a message, it's don't lose yourself despite the negative circumstances of life. Because remember, circumstances don't matter. You've seen on this channel firsthand everything I've overcome. And I've received success stories of crazy things that people have overcome. So nothing is impossible. Circumstances don't matter. And don't lose yourself. All right? I hope this helps someone. It's Friday. Go out. Do something amazing this weekend for yourself. Love yourself. And tell me on the live on Monday what you did. All right? I love you guys. I'll see you Monday.